If you're considering hiring a personal injury lawyer, it's completely reasonable to want to know who you're dealing with. When you hire a lawyer for a serious injury case, you're trusting that person with something very important. So in this video, I want to tell you a little bit about my background, my trial experience, and how I approach injury cases. My name is Craig Steger, and I'm a personal injury attorney in La Crosse, Wisconsin. I was born on a small dairy farm in northeast Iowa. When I was a little older, my family moved to South Dakota where we operated a large beef ranch. I now live on a small farm in western Wisconsin with my wife and our 9 busy children. Now, farm life teaches you certain things early on. Hard work, resourcefulness, and that you don't work from 9 to 5. You work until the job is done, regardless of whether you feel like it. You learn that results don't come from shortcuts. They come from preparation and consistency. That background helps shape how I think about legal work and how I approach my cases and how I help my clients. Now, why did I become a lawyer? The law wasn't my first choice. I actually planned to be a priest and went to school for a while in Winona, Minnesota. That's where I met my wife. When I made the decision to leave, I still had a desire to help people and make a difference in the world, and I really wanted something challenging. It was actually a priest friend who recommended that I consider going to law school, and I did. And it was some of the best advice I've ever been given. Personal injury law in particular is a special opportunity to help people and fight for them in some of their darkest hours. It's not just about arguing, it's about a lot of listening. It's about preparing, and it's about understanding how facts fit together and how to present them clearly in a way that a judge or jury or maybe an insurance adjuster can understand. Over time, my practice is sort of shifted and focused heavily on serious injury cases, especially trucking cases and farm accidents. That's where I spend most of my professional time these days. Now, I'm a civil trial attorney. That means I prepare cases with the understanding that some of them may ultimately be presented to a jury. Now, not every case goes to trial. In fact, most don't. But the possibility of trial shapes how a case is prepared from the very beginning. Insurance adjusters can tell if your lawyer will go to trial or if they'll eventually cave. So I make sure that they know that I'll try the case if they're not going to be fair. Knowing that your lawyer will take them to trial is one of the biggest factors in getting maximum compensation for your and recovery for your losses. Over the years, I've handled a range of serious injury matters. The threat of trial is always my biggest leverage. Now, my practice focuses primarily on injury and civil litigation. That includes car accidents, commercial truck and vehicle accidents, farm-related injuries, and other serious injury claims where liability and damages might be unusual or a little complex. Now, what's my courtroom philosophy? My approach in the court is pretty straightforward. Prepare thoroughly from the very beginning of the case until the very end. Be honest and transparent with clients, judges, and jurors. I try to present the evidence as clearly as I can, and I try to respect the time and intelligence of the jury. I try to avoid exaggerating or pursuing claims that we simply can't win. Now, because of my background, I think I understand rural and working communities in a special way. I understand what it's like to do hard physical labor. I understand what it means when an injury affects your ability to work with your hands. I understand how difficult it can be to pay the bills when you simply can't go to work. I understand the importance of being able to play with your kids and attend their activities and enjoy those times. It influences how I communicate, it influences how I evaluate cases, and it influences how I prepare them with my clients. Now, I have a multi-state practice. I'm licensed in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa. That's state court and federal court. In western Wisconsin, southeast Minnesota, and northeast Iowa, it's actually common for people to travel between the states for work, business, and pleasure. Having these licenses gives me maximum flexibility to bring cases in the particular court that I think maximizes the result that I can achieve for my clients. Now, when someone contacts my office, I try to listen and gather as much information I can about their case and the things that are important to them. I try to give my honest opinions, and I try not to sugarcoat things. I try to make sure my clients understand their options so they can make informed decisions. I want to make sure my clients believe I'm the best lawyer for their case. And if I don't think I'm the best lawyer for them, I'll help them find someone who is. Now, what am I not? I'm not a volume-based operation. You probably won't see me on billboards or at the gas pump. I'm not interested in quick settlements if they don't reflect the seriousness of the injury. I try to use my experience and my firm's resources to work every client's case in the best possible way. At the end of the day, hiring a lawyer is about trust. You need to have confidence in your lawyer's judgment. If you'd like to understand more about what it's like to hire and work with a personal injury lawyer in Wisconsin, you can watch that video next. Or if you'd like a full overview of how Wisconsin injury claims work from start to finish, there's a complete guide available as well. Take your time, learn the process, and make the decision that feels informed and right for you and your family.